ChatGPT said. We sat quietly at our usual corner table, the restaurant dim and nearly silent. Our plates had just been cleared when my wife looked across at me with an unsettling calm in her eyes. She folded her hands neatly on the table and said softly, "I want a divorce." I didn't react. I had sensed this moment creeping toward us for a long time, perhaps for years. The late nights, the quiet dinners, the widening emotional distance between us, all signs that whatever love once existed had faded into silence. "I expected this," I answered, my voice steady. Her expression faltered for a moment, as if she had anticipated pleading, questions, or perhaps tears. But I reached calmly for my wallet, placed enough money on the table to cover the bill, and stood. "Get up," I told her. "I need to show you something." She hesitated, uncertainty flickering in her eyes. "What do you mean?" "You'll see." With reluctant curiosity, she grabbed her purse and followed me outside. The night air was cool, and the world around us seemed unusually still. I unlocked the car, opened the passenger door for her without a word, and once she was seated, I started driving. The silence between us during that drive was heavy. She looked at me several times, but I kept my eyes on the road. Whatever confidence she'd carried earlier was now slowly dissolving. After about 15 minutes, I pulled into a small parking lot beside an unremarkable building. A simple sign above the entrance read, "Lock and Key Storage." She looked genuinely confused now. "Why are we here?" she asked quietly. I said nothing. I stepped out of the car, keyed in the entrance code, and gestured for her to follow. Together, we walked past rows of identical storage units until I stopped at number 117. I pulled out a small key, unlocked the door, and slid it open. A single overhead bulb cast a soft yellow glow over the contents inside, scattered boxes, old furniture, and a large safe sitting against the back wall. "What is this?" she asked, her voice trembling slightly. "This," I said evenly, "is what I've been preparing while you were letting go of our marriage." Her eyes widened in disbelief. I approached the safe, turned the dial, and opened the heavy door. Inside were neat stacks of documents, printed photographs, and a few external hard drives. "This," I told her, motioning toward the items, "is everything you thought I'd never discover." I pulled out a folder and handed it to her. She opened it hesitantly and began flipping through each page: bank statements, screenshots of messages, private conversations, receipts for trips she claimed had never happened. Her face went pale. "I know about Ryan," I said flatly. "The trips, the secret dinners, the money you stashed away in that account you thought I didn't know about." Her mouth opened slightly, but she said nothing. She looked like someone who'd just lost her footing. "I didn't confront you earlier because I wasn't sure," I continued. "But now I am." She stepped back, shaking her head, tears forming in her eyes. "You were spying on me." "I was protecting myself," I replied quietly. "While I was still fighting for this marriage, you were handing yourself to someone else." "I wasn't trying to," she began, but I cut her off. "You already did." She sank into an old chair in the corner of the unit, visibly shaking. "So, what happens now?" she asked weakly. "Now, you get your divorce," I said. "But not in the way you imagined." I pulled out a second folder, thicker than the first. "This is a revised agreement," I told her. "You'll walk away with what's fair, not more." "You can't do this," she whispered. "I can. And I will," I answered coldly. "I gave you trust, loyalty, years of my life. You gave those to someone else." Tears rolled down her cheeks as she stared at the floor. "I could have taken this public. I could have let everyone see who you really are, your parents, your friends, even your employer. But I won't." Her head snapped up, eyes wide with surprise. "Because I'm not like you," I said softly. "I'm not here for revenge. I'm here to end this." She said nothing. She just sat there, broken. "You asked for freedom," I said after a pause. "You'll have it. I've already signed. All that's left is your signature. Once you sign, we'll be finished in a week." She wiped her face, stood up slowly, and stayed silent. I loved you once, I said softly. But love doesn't survive betrayal. Without waiting for a response, I locked the safe, closed the storage unit, and led her back to the car. Neither of us spoke during the ride home. The silence between us felt heavier than ever. When we reached the house, she stepped out and disappeared inside without a word. I remained in the car for a moment, staring at the closed door behind her. The next morning, she signed the papers without protest. A week later, she packed her things and left. I never spoke to her again. And honestly, I didn't need to. Because some endings aren't about revenge. They're about finding peace. And finally remembering how to breathe.